Hello and welcome back to the Great Circle. I am TJ, developer for the game. Let me turn the music down. Yes, this is TJ, developer for the game, and I am going to actually just be doing some playing of the Great Circle today, as well as just kind of showing anyone who wants to play how they can play the game right now. It is available in a test build form, so it is not the complete game. But you get to play what we're working on as we're working on it, and hopefully it will very soon turn into the animal survival game that we all hope it can be. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. If you have questions, just type them directly into the chat. And by the way, for those who don't know, what the heck is the Great Circle? Well, I am glad I can tell you. The Great Circle is an upcoming animal survival game. It is very much like, this game actually is one of the first ones of the animal survival, but it was inspired by games like The Isle, Path of Titans, Beasts of Bermuda. Those games are kind of dino survival, but this is more about, modern day animals, African animals living in an African caldera. So let's go ahead and get started here. First, I want to show you how you can play the game. You will need a PC, 64-bit, and if you have a good graphics card, that would very much be helpful. But first, let's go to our website. This has a link to basically anything and everything about the game. The website is thegreatcircle.weebly.com. There it is right there. Also, it's linked in the description for the video. On this website, we basically just give you some basic information about the game. We got some nice, pretty pictures on the front page there. A little bit about the dev team, which is basically me. And anything in the future will just kind of go there. So when we have new information, it will get updated on our website. The website also has a blog, which will basically just kind of repost like videos and stuff that we do, or if we write some articles or whatever about the game, it will be there. This is interesting. You got an animal list here, so our roster shows the playable list as well as the AI and NPCs that are currently in game right now. Now, our playable roster isn't fully playable or isn't fully accessible right now because we basically wanted to limit any potential bugs for the first iterations of the test build. So in test build 1, we actually focused on the top animal there, just the secretary bird. In version 2, which is coming pretty soon, I don't know the exact date, we will be unlocking meerkat, puff adder, red fox, and I can't remember which one was going to be the 5th one, but it wasn't in order. And there actually might be a surprise or two, wink wink, for those of you who have been kind of talking on the Discord about what the next animal should be. But I won't spoil the surprise for now. And photos, roadmap here, in case you want to kind of see, more development stuff that we're adding. We talk about upcoming animals, upcoming features, all this stuff. There's a release schedule. So you can kind of be a little bit more in the know by taking a look at the roadmap as well. And there's a contact, and basically, so now how do you get the game? So you get it through our Discord. Where's the Discord? On the first page, didn't see a Discord link, did you? Well, here it is. It's right up there at the top. So you just hit that Discord link. It will open up a link for you to join the Discord. I'm already a member. So once you're inside the Discord, the lobby is where everyone is having the conversations and whatnot. Oh, let me see what the poll is doing right now. Let's see. Which predator should be added next? So we're looking at hyena, leopard, honey badger, jackal. We got 3 votes for wild dog, 3 votes for Nile crocodile. Cool. Interesting. Let's go to, okay, so the channel where the game is demo-releases. So you just go there, and here's the link to a folder that has the game in it. Go ahead and click that link. It's a Google Drive, so basically you can just download it directly from this link. You don't need to be signed in. You can just be signed out and just download it. We have the game is zipped up in one file, so there's basically just one thing that you download. So you just click that, you download it. let's say you already downloaded. Make sure you have enough space. It's going to be about 2.5 gigabytes. So you need that space on your computer. So let's say you go ahead and already download it. All right, it's going to be zipped. So you got to right click it and then you unzip it. I've already unzipped mine. So we open your folder. Oh, how you doing, Nightmare Spine and Mango Fox? How's it going, guys? All right, so you're in your folder. It's unzipped. Remember, if it's zipped, it's not going to work properly. Unzip it, then go in, and here's the game right here. We're going to go ahead and open it now. This is so crazy. I'm playing a game that I made on my computer. That's nuts. All right, look at this. Straight to the main menu. Okay, it's very simple. The options button doesn't work right now. We basically have that closed off, but pretty soon it's going to show graphical settings and, keybinds and things that you can, customize on your own. It's already just set to go as soon as you press play. So let's go ahead and press play. Oh, first let's stop the music real quick, because we're going to want to hear the environmental sounds and whatnot. Let's go ahead and hit play. Okay, we're spawning in as the Secretary Bird. Okay, here we are. Get a good look here. This is our first character, Secretary Bird, suggested by members of our audience. Okay, so environmental sounds are loading. Let me go ahead and just go over the HUD real quick here. The right side, your top right, you see the FPS counting right there. I think it's a little higher than what it's actually showing, so the FPS is a tad bit behind. It's not actually 100% delta time, so it's like every second it's going to give you the time, but pretty stable right now. Right now I'm running a NVIDIA 1050 low profile GTX 1050. So not the best graphics card out there. All right, and right now in the left side of the screen you can see the time of day it is. Right now it's 6:28 a.m. So the sun is just coming up over the horizon over there. Okay, controls are pretty good. WASD to move around. Scroll to zoom in, scroll to zoom out. You can zoom out pretty darn far. And you can go really close too. So this is basically pretty close to first person, but you can still see your character's head. Character's head turns with the camera. It does not break the animation though. So as you notice, he's still moving his head around and bobbing just in a different direction. So the animation still works. Okay. Let's take a look at, now on the right side of the screen there, I've got the chat open a little bit, so it's kind of covering it up, but let's go over the little bars that you see real quick here. I might miss a couple messages when I take this off, but I'll try to keep up with it. Okay, so first, the most familiar thing that you're going to be familiar with is thirst. That's the blue bar here. Hunger, that's the green bar here. And your health is the red bar right here. We got a few other things to kind of talk about, but let's just go over the basics. You already know how that works. The health is basically your hit points. Something comes up and attacks you, it'll go into your health. When you get hungry, the green goes down. Once it runs out, it'll start to take away from your health. Same thing with the thirst. All right, now we've actually taken it a bit farther than that. Okay, first of all, if something were to come up and attack me, it wouldn't go into my health bar first. First, it would actually go to this yellow bar here. This is the hide or skin or armor bar. Basically, every animal has hide, skin, or armor, and so you have to break that in order to start to really hurt an animal. So my animal is actually not very armor based, so it's gonna start to eat away at my health really quickly, but you can see that my hide will get eaten away first and then the health will go down. To heal, I have to restore my hide first and then my health will come back. Let me go find some food real quick because I'm starting to get hungry. Okay, so if you look to the right of the hunger bar, there's an empty bar here. This is actually your stomach or your digestion. Let's say I find prey. I kill it, I start to eat it. What happens? Does my hunger start to refill? No. What happens is all the food goes into your stomach until your stomach is full. And what happens is over time, you digest the food, and then that restores your hunger. Your hunger does not decrease as long as you have food in your stomach, but if your stomach is empty, then your hunger will start to go down. So what you want to do is find some food and eat it. So far it's pretty simple. It's the same thing as if you just have the hunger. It's just a little bit more intricate because it kind of goes into the process of digestion and time and stuff like that. Let me see if there's anything nearby. Oh, something nearby. Alright, so this bird, most of the animals, if not all of them, will have target lock, but depending on your animal, you'll be able to lock onto targets at different distances. Secretary bird is a bird of prey, therefore I can lock on to targets from a very far distance away. This one's a small target. Oh, it's a rabbit. Oh, he's not running. He is trying to run, but he is hurt now. So, rabbits, when you hit them, they start to run slower because they're injured. But this one is, that one was easy. Not a very good impression for the hunt, but they usually are really hard to catch. Alright, so I have food. Now I want to go someplace and eat it. So first let me find that tree with the hollow. Well, actually I can eat a little bit right here. Alright, so pay very close attention to the bars down. I'm now eating the body while I'm holding it in my mouth. You don't have to do that. You can also drop the body and eat it while it's laying on the ground. Oh, I'm full. Okay, so if you notice, my stomach filled up first, so I can't eat anymore. But I'm going to keep this body because I can continue to eat from it. It's glitching about a little bit. Alright, now I have the body in my hand, or my mouth. So now I'm going to go to that big tree over there because there's a hollow. And it's next to the water, which is great. Something else is here. So we still have a little bit of glitching to work out with the bodies, but the drag function works. You can pick up a body and carry it if it's not too heavy. This one's a baby. Alright, so this tree has a hollow, so I'm going to go in, drop my food. Actually, you can, I'm eating some more to fill my stomach up. So, if you notice, my stomach filled first, and now the stomach's going to start to go down. As the stomach goes down, the hunger starts to go up. So basically, this digestion bar refills your hunger. Let me... did the body despawn? No, it's still there. There we go. So I'm just going to hold it and sit down. So I have it in my mouth. Drop it. So it's right in front of me. Okay. So over time, the digestion will refill my hunger. And the next thing I have to worry about is my thirst. Okay. Now's a good time to explain what's this big bar right here. Well, actually, first, this white bar is your stamina. So if you sprint, if you fly, if you do anything that requires a special ability, your stamina will go down and it will refill. The slower you're moving, the faster it will refill. If you sit down, it'll refill the fastest. And if you go to sleep, of course, it will refill the fastest there too. Now this bar right here is extremely important. There's a lot of other bars, but this one is the most important of all. This is called the Total Health Bar. Total Health basically represents how healthy your animal is based on all the stats that you are looking after. It is comprised of your hunger, that's part of your total health, your thirst, that's part of your total health, your digestion, your this bar right here, which I'm going to explain in a second. Basically, all your healths averaged together gives me your total health. So as you notice, I just ate my fill and I'm starting to digest, but my hunger isn't replenishing just yet because that takes time to break down the food and get the nutrition of it. And then it will start to influence my total health. But as of right now, here's how healthy my bird is. So I'm not as healthy as I could be. If I were to fill up my hunger immediately and fill up my water immediately, let's say I just struck gold and I get food, and I do this over time, it will slowly start to build up. Just like if I became hungry all of a sudden, let's say, and my hunger was at 0, but I had total health 100%, my total health wouldn't immediately go down. It takes time for your health to be affected by your hunger. Now's a good time to point out what this empty bar is down here. Okay, let's say you find some food, you eat it, you fill up your stomach, okay, and it fills up your entire hunger bar. So you're not hungry, your stomach's full, okay? Now you're digesting still, so where does that energy go? It goes down here. What is this? This is fat and muscle. So basically, your animal, no matter what it is, has a reserve of fat and muscle right here. What is that for? Let's say my health bar, let's say my hunger was going down and I had nothing in my stomach, there's no food, and I couldn't find anything, and my hunger just hit 0, okay? It doesn't eat away at my health all the way right quick. What happens is, if I have any extra fat or muscle on me, what happens is your body will start to burn fat and muscle. And what happens is you will starve, you're starting to starve, but you're starving slower because you have fat and muscle to burn. So what happens is it slows the rate of starvation until you run out of fat and muscle. And then you really start to take damage and feel the effects that you are starving. Well, let me get up and get some water. And let me also check comments real quick. The ambiance is so loud. Oh, it is? Let me turn it down. Sorry about that. Didn't realize. Is that better? Can't wait for the puff adder. I love snakes. Yeah, puff adder's coming really soon. Okay, let's get up and move around now. I need to get some water. We do have animals moving about now. I think we had a stork in the sky over there. Okay, so where was I? Oh, by the way, if the screen is a little bit laggy, on my side, it's completely smooth. So what's happening is it is using a lot of GPU, which is, you know, it's just because it's straining to stream and play the game at the same time. And I have not enabled resolution control yet. So if by the next stream, I should be able to turn the shadows and stuff down a bit so that I can stream and play at the same time very smoothly. Right now it is like stuck on cinematic for all the settings, so like I really should have it turned down to epic, but it's we just haven't implemented that just yet, but we will pretty soon. Okay, so another thing that happens if you start to burn fat from here is it's not effect right now, but what will happen is your animal will get skinnier. So basically, you'll start to become emaciated. If you're hungry and you have burned through all your fat and muscle, your limbs will look skinny. You'll start to look a little bit unhealthy. It'll show. Just like in other games where once you start to take damage, you look bloody, you start to look scarred up and stuff. We're gonna have it to where your body is going to transform a little bit and you'll start to look skinnier, which is actually surprisingly easy to do in this game. We just haven't turned it on, but we are working on it. And that returns to normal once you find some food and you've had time to digest and you've had time to build up fat and muscle. You'll start to get your size back and your color back, and you'll start to look healthy again. But once again, all these stats affect one another. Another thing that happens is, let's say I get injured, right? I get into a fight, I get injured. I wasn't hungry, I wasn't thirsty. The only thing is I lost half of my health in a fight with like another bird or something. I will heal based on, in terms of speed, based on my total health. Look up at the bar. Remember it was like 75% before? I just filled up on water, I just filled up on food. Now my total health is moving right all the way back up to like 90%. If I had full fat and muscle built up, I could possibly be at 100%. Let me get up real quick. You're basically almost never going to be at 100 true 100% health, total health I mean, because it's affected by everything. Are you going to have full hunger at the same time that you have full thirst? Pretty much only when you spawn in. And when you spawn in, you don't have full fat. So you got to do a lot of work to get to true 100% total health. What's so important about having 100% total health? Because you're not dead even if you reach like 10% total health value. Well, what happens with total health is it does affect your growth time. If you look at the bottom right side, there's a up and down bar to the right here. This is my growth bar. What it shows is I'm right about 65 to 70% full grown as a secretary bird. And this correlates directly to my size as well. So this is actually not a full size secretary bird. Once I reach 100% growth here, then I'll be at my full size. So I can get bigger. But my growth time is affected by my total health. So a good rule of thumb is basically if you're at 90% total health, let's say your growth rate is 90%. It's not 100% anymore, it's 90%. If you're at 50% total health, your growth rate, you're now growing at 50% growth rate. So you're growing twice as slow as you normally would because you're not healthy. So basically, it's very important to stay healthy in the game, and it takes more than just getting food and water because it takes time to make sure that all that nutrients is absorbed. But all the stats, as I said before, affect one another. Okay, let's go hunting real quick. I like having a surplus. Oh, what do we have over there? Is that something big? Oh, it's just a bird, I think. Yeah, he's just perched. Okay. Anything else around? Yeah. Something small. Oh, it's a rabbit. Why is this rabbit not running? So a little weirdness with the rabbits. These are new models, so maybe I messed up the code or something, but they're supposed to be running well before they see me. And this one is like almost turned off. Gonna have to fix that. That's annoying. These are some of the fun ones to chase normally. Just kick it. It's still not running. Let me see if I can see what's going on with this thing. It is resting. That would make sense if he's asleep and he doesn't know he's being attacked. He's supposed to wake up. Yeah, he's actually asleep right now and he's stuck. That's why he's not moving. Yeah, so that bunny is stuck right there. So I'm just going to put him out of his misery. And I'll take his body. now I know how to Isle devs feel about that whole grab situation. Okay. Oh yeah, let me put the chat back up real quick. Kick the rabbit. Yeah, the secretary bird's attack is a kick. I can also attack while I have it in my hand. See? I can still, my beak, I can still attack something. Might as well stay full. Oh yeah, let's see the chat real quick. Yeah, that rabbit is, they're not normally like that. They normally run, but I don't know. Something's wrong with it. I have to double check the code, but I think it somehow, for some reason, got stuck in rest. But they're actually pretty hard to catch. Amen, Jesus, you are one aggro demon. So one cool thing about the grab feature that we implemented is there are two types of grabs. So there's a grab for light objects and heavy ones. For the secretary bird, if it's light, he can carry it in his beak. If it were heavy, or if this rabbit were more full grown, then he would actually carry it on his talon. So it actually, you would see him walking with it on his feet. It isn't turned on right now, but that also affects the speed of movement for the secretary bird. So like with this in my mouth, I really should be moving slower and flying slower, but I didn't turn it on. So eventually that will be turned on, and that will just kind of make it a little bit more realistic. But it actually looks pretty cool. We could be a little more accurate with the handle of the ragdoll. It should be closer to the beak. But we'll get there. The water drain is still kind of fast. Get some water. Ooh, some of those debug markers are still on. They should not be on. Now what that indicates, and actually there's supposed to be a sound effect with this, but that indicates that something is looking for water right now. And at random times, you should be able to hear an animal's call over a distance. So if there's like maybe, let's say like a hyena or something like that, sometimes you should be able to hear their calls in the distance. Like you should be able to hear it like laughing or doing in that cackling noise that it makes. Oh, snap. There's the lion right there. See it? It's right there. Now this is actually our placeholder lion. So it's not the model that we want, but it basically is just serving the purpose of being the AI of the top predator in the area. So it's very important to have a apex predator because it just kind of sets the pecking order for all the animals and stuff. Right now he's not interested in me. He's not alone either. Where'd my rabbit go? Oh yeah, by the way, so if something gets between your animal and the camera, it's set to automatically go transparent. It is going to look better. This is not the finished way that we're going to transparent bushes, but this works for anything that's between you and your character. So that way you can kind of see through bushes. It doesn't turn them invisible for other players. It's just so that you can see where you are. Like, so if you wanted to sit in a bush right here, you can do that. You can also turn it on and off. So if you press B, oh, by the way, the insert brings up the menu to tell you what the keys are. But if you were to press B, now you can see the bushes the way they are without the transparency, and it blocks your view. But if I press B again, now it starts to make them transparent. Is he resting too? No, I'm just idle. Active task is, no, he's stuck. So I do have a bug or two to work through with the rabbit and the lion there. Let me see if I can get him moving. Nope. Nope. Stuck. That's annoying. Oh, this one's moving. Finally. Alright, so here's an example of a rabbit that is trying to avoid me. Is that another lion? No, that's a tortoise. Sulcata tortoise. Where'd the rabbit go? Okay, so this rabbit is running, but I am going to catch him. Another rabbit. Oh, this is a different one. This is not the one I was chasing. There's a family over here. This system does create family groups with the animals. Also, breeding is possible. Out of stamina. Jesus Christ. I need to put some limits on these stamina for these AI. Okay, here we go. Dang it. They intentionally will run for bushes too. They have flee mode and they also have hide mode, which means that they look for obstacles to put between you and them in terms of sight line. I hit him. When you hit animals, sometimes they slow down. This one's still going. Now he slowed down. See this? There's another one. Yo, what is that? Oh, there's some of them growing underwater. So the water is not fully working yet. See that? That should not happen. It works for drinking, but not for swimming yet. That's coming really soon though, because we're gonna start to. First, we have to unlock the next 5 animals, and then we have to unlock the water animals too. Okay, right now it is 1700 hours, which is, I don't know my military time, but it's starting to get towards the end of the day, so you can see the sun is setting. The debug tags are still on, they should be off. Oh, let me check the... So let me talk a little bit more about what I'm working on with the AI as well. Okay, So there is something called, what are we calling it? Straggler targeting, or targeting. So straggler targeting, let's say you're playing a herbivore and you're being hunted by a lion or something, let's say that has a pack or something like that. Basically, the way that the target selection will work is one of the modes is if there's a straggler in the group, let's say you're a group of 5, what happens is it calculates the position of all 5 members, and then it gets an average between all of them. So it finds a center of the circle. Let's say there's 5 and there's a circle, it finds a center. And what happens is if you are the farthest away and you exceed a certain distance from the center of where the group is, then you'll automatically be targeted by the hunting AI. So the AI is actually going to be kind of reminiscent of what actually happens in the wild, because animals target stragglers and weak and sick members of groups. Am I hungry? Nope. That's why I can't eat. So that's going to happen in this world too, in single player. But also playing against other players, they have that level of sophistication too. Let's find a good tree husk. Let me see if I can lower the resolution real quick. Let me get into this tree. Just to see if it helps with the frames, because it looks like it's good for me on the game screen, but for you guys it looks like it might be lagging. I think I overdid it. 12 by 720 might have been better. What's the standard definition thing real quick? Let me find out the HD limit. $1280. Better. Still using 97% of the GPU. I guess it's gonna do that if it's set to cinematic all the way. It's gonna chug a little bit. But for me, it is razor smooth, and I think that after the stream is done, the video will actually look smoother. I didn't anticipate, but these tree models, they're not good, they're placeholder, but they have these like dens built into the bottom. So what we want to do is have like, we want to have like built-in places where animals can take shelter, but also we're having it to where you can build a nest with things in the environment. So you can find twigs and stuff and make a nest if you're a bird, or you can dig a hole if you're a meerkat, or if you're a larger animal, you can kind of like push some trees down or whatever and just kind of make yourself like a nesting area. But it looks like I'm too big to fit in that hole right now. Let's see, I'm like 85% adult at the moment, so the growth rate is actually going faster for me because I kept my hunger and water up a bit. Now what also happens is the map will spawn animals under certain conditions. So there are certain animals that come out at night, and certain animals will hunt at certain times of the day as well. So lions, as you know, are mostly nocturnal. They do hunting in the evenings and, you know, before in the mornings is when they've most often been photographed. But there'll be other animals that are very active at night and probably going to be an issue if you're spending the night in bushes like this. Let's see here. Oh, see ya, Aura. Kind of been neglecting the chat. Let me see, what else did I want to say here? Oh, guess that's it for now. So there are a lot of other features that we're going to start turning back on one by one. We had a lot of stuff turned off because when we were trying to export the first build, it had a lot of errors that were preventing it from exporting. So we kind of had to start turning a lot of this stuff off and building up from simple and turning things back on one by one. And things have been going actually pretty smooth. So we're looking forward to adding the next playables, and also some limited multiplayer functionality should be available as well. So while there's not a dedicated server, what we'll do is we'll make like an automatic matchmaking thing where it'll, like, if you're available and you want to have an online session, you'll be in the queue, and then other people can join your session as long as you're online. So somebody's got to play host, while other people who join the temporary server will be like the clients. So let's say if I was hosting this game, I'm the host. What I do is I believe I'll just give you the IP address, just copy and paste it in Discord. You just put it into the thing when it asks you where do you want it, what session you want to join, and you'll be connected, and you'll be walking around just like when you're in the aisle and you're on a dedicated server. It'll work the same way, just not as good, because obviously a dedicated server is better, more reliable, way more efficient, and we're building the game for that, not just like player hosted games. But what I'm saying is there will be some multiplayer very soon, on a limited basis. Walk speeds, we got 3. We have regular walk, we got the trot, got sprint, and then you can fly. I think I'm gonna fly over the land for a second, see if I can find something. Also, now the map that we're on right now, this is a, basically the map is just one biome, basically one section of the entire official map. So this is called Brush, and this is actually not even the entire Brush biome. This is basically version 1 of Brush. There's a second version of Brush where it's like more wide open and there's less canopy, and there's also a different version of Brush where there is like different rock formations and stuff that's being worked on. Right now, this is just basically the most basic version of Brush, and you can see it's a pretty big area, but this is actually, if you were to add up all the Brush areas together, because they're basically right next to each other, it'd be very, very big, very huge. And actually, we're going to be unlocking that pretty soon. Oh, I see something. Oh, there's an elephant. There's also something over here. Elephants can be a little bit ornery depending on your size and whether or not you're a predator. I should be fine. Oh, there's an elephant and there's an Atlas deer. Oh, Atlas deer is trying to move. What is he doing? Let me kill this thing real quick. Oh, it's a box turtle. I can't kill that. Can I? No, it's a shell. Well, let's look at him. That is a box turtle. Elephant is upset about something. Where'd he go? Is that him? How did I lose an elephant? Dang it, dude. Where'd the elephant go? Did he go in the water? It looked like it almost looked like he was fighting the deer. That makes no sense. There's no programming that says the deer should fight the elephant. Nope. I don't think he's under there. Nope. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's a turtle. Oh, why am I stuck on eat? Something's broken. Let me write that down. Item 157 in our broken to-do list today. We have all the problems of a major theme park and a major zoo, and we're not even open yet. Shout out to all the Jurassic Park fans. Let's see. So we got eat breaks, or it broke about this time. I'll have to watch the video to figure out what caused it. So eat is stuck on the map, and it looks like my digestion is stuck as well. What is this turtle doing? He's eating. Let's see. Also, the night is really bright. It looks like the fog should have transitioned out, but it stayed in, and it's reflecting all the light back and making things too bright. We can fix that. Alright, what do we got over here? Something small and easy. Oh, it's a rabbit again. Oh, it's a scorpion too. Kill them both. Is this rabbit asleep? He's asleep, definitely, because he's not moving. Oh, there's two here. This one, they're both asleep. They're not using their sleep animations, though, which is annoying. The line is basically the direction that you're pointing to grab something. We had it where it will go wherever you're looking with the camera, but we thought this would be easier, so it's turning out not to be easy. Finally. Yo, they should be running from me. They're asleep. Are they? Let me see. Idle. Active task none. They're stuck for some reason. I gotta debug that. Alright, let's see what else we got here. I think I'll just go till the growth reaches 100%. It actually is not going to be this fast to grow, but it is going to help tremendously if you keep your total health as full as you can keep it. So eating every time you get a chance, drinking every time you get a chance. You never know if you need to heal, and you heal slow if your total health is low versus if you are I thought I saw something in the tree versus if you are yeah, I did see something. Yeah, you heal faster or slower based on your total health. Just like you grow faster or slower based on your total health. Everything is faster or slower based on your total health. So take care of your animal. Could it be a threat? Nope, it's small. Another rabbit. I gotta program them to go like into burrows or something. Oh, those are the same ones. I'll probably put them in the bottom of these trees. I'll spawn a home base for them. Oh, the turtle's on the move. I want to know who's gonna play turtle. Oh, there's an elephant. It's a baby. Which one of you are gonna play the turtle? I just want to know. You know, it's not my thing, but if it is your thing, it's here for you. Also, the body is clipping. It's going transparent because it's getting between. It's as if it's a bush. I gotta fix that too. So this is part of the reason it's called the test build 1.4, because there's some things that gotta be worked out. But once they are built and finished, I have high hopes. It's still running smoothly for me. When I look over to the screen with you guys, it looks like it's lagging a little bit. Oh, I missed the chat, sorry. I want to play turtle because they have armor. Yes, they can. You can do shells. Oh, you know what? Let me switch animals.